Most people fail on YouTube because they make it harder than it needs to be. But what if I told you it doesn't need to feel hard at all? Since starting my YouTube channel, I learned 5 lessons that made growing my YouTube channel 10 times easier. And today I'm sharing those lessons with you so you can stop wasting time and focus on what actually matters. So firstly, this is your life as an adult. You have a job, a family, friends, bills, cooking, cleaning, paying rent, and 100 other things that you have to think about every single day. Even if you don't realize it, all of those things add a little bit of stress to your life. And when you add YouTube on top of that pile, if you're not careful, YouTube can start to feel like the problem. Now, I can't solve all of your problems, but I can make growing your YouTube channel a hell of a lot easier if you're willing to do what I do. So the first lesson is actually really simple, and it's going to prevent the main reason that channels fail. Here's why. See, most hard things have a time and a place. You'll finish work, you'll drive home, you'll cook your dinner, and eventually you'll switch off. That structure makes the daily grind bearable, but for some reason, people don't apply the same logic when it comes to YouTube. Instead, you'll glue yourself to it all day, checking your analytics, responding to comments, stressing over views, refreshing the studio app like it actually makes a difference. But here's the truth. If you're not careful, YouTube will creep into every hour of your life and you'll start to hate it. It will start to feel like a chore and affect your job, your sleep, time with your family, and before you know it, you've spent 20 hours on YouTube without actually creating anything. So what's the answer? Well, it's simple really, just spend less time on YouTube. Here's what all of the successful creators do differently. They schedule time for ideation, they dedicate time for creation, they set boundaries on time responding to comments, and they don't jump every time they get a notification. Setting clear boundaries like this will allow you to create consistent and sustainable systems to grow your YouTube channel, even when things aren't working. Following this advice will make growing a YouTube channel so much easier and less stressful. Now, lesson number 2 came a little bit too late for me, and it's really difficult to pull off properly, but it's going to save you a lot of time and energy. So imagine YouTube is a giant stage and you're talking on that stage, delivering your speech to the audience while people are standing up and shouting things like, "Give it a rest, Baldy. Why should we listen to you? What a boring video." That's what it's like when you've made a video, you go to check your comments and you see that people have said something mean, putting you down, or quite frankly, unhelpful. I once sat there for 20 minutes trying to perfect a reply to someone that left a negative comment on one of my videos. It was such a waste of time and effort. The worst thing is, after all of my effort, he didn't even reply back to me. Because when people leave negative comments, do you really think they're sitting there waiting for you to respond to them? They've already moved on and forgotten that they've even written it because they're stupid. Now, if you're not really careful, negative comments like that will stay on your mind all day and make you doubt yourself the next time you go to make a video. So here's what you need to do. The next time you see a comment on one of your videos that winds you up even a little bit, do this. Click here and then hide the user from your channel. That's it. YouTube is hard enough without spending your time responding to morons in the comment section. And the energy that you save by doing this is worth more than any smart comment that you could reply with. Now, lesson number 3 isn't obvious, and it's something that I had to work out for myself. When I first started making content, I thought that growth looked like this. I had a few videos start to do really well, and it felt great knowing that things were finally starting to work. And then this happened. I did everything I could to make the best video possible, but the views just didn't come in and my next video flopped. As YouTubers, times like this are unavoidable. But here's what you need to remember. On YouTube, there are no failures, just lessons for your next video. When I stopped seeing flopped videos as a personal failure and just saw them as feedback for my next video, my whole mindset shifted. I wasn't beating myself up anymore. I was learning, I was adjusting, and I was moving forward. So the next time a video doesn't do very well, don't freak out. Just ask yourself what went wrong and learn from it. Not every video you make will be a hit, and that's okay. You need to become comfortable with setbacks, and remember, this is YouTube. Sometimes it just doesn't make sense. Now, lesson 4 made the longest and the most frustrating part of the creation process so much easier. For years, we've been taught how to edit our videos to increase retention and keep people watching. It's advice that I used to listen to and used to teach people as well. But the truth is, what's working on YouTube now is changing. I'd sit there and spend 30 hours editing a single video, only to see other channels blowing up making simple, boring looking videos drawing on whiteboards. There's a reason that people can grow their YouTube channels using far less effort, and here's why. Instead of retention editing to trick people into thinking that they're being entertained, they focus on helping their viewer, entertaining them, or giving them something of value. Because here's the thing, when your video is useful or it entertains people, you don't need to use editing tricks to keep them engaged. That's why this lesson is just to edit less. Over-edited videos just aren't necessary anymore, providing your content is valuable, and that's something that I learned far too late. And since I started taking this approach with my videos, not only did I get more of an engaged audience in the comments section, but I actually started getting more clients for my coaching business. So follow this advice and you'll create content faster, you'll upload more frequently, and editing won't be anywhere near as much effort. Now, we all know that YouTube is an emotional roller coaster sometimes, and lesson 5 will really help with that. One of the most annoying things about YouTube is just not knowing. Not knowing if your efforts will be rewarded or if your video will flop. Sometimes you'll make what you think is the best video ever to hit upload and get 50 views. Meanwhile, another channel will post what seems like a really low effort video and get thousands of views. The truth is that setting expectations will only leave you disappointed, and comparing yourself to others is a complete waste of time. The only thing that you can be sure of on YouTube is to expect the unexpected. Letting go of all expectations will let you focus on what actually matters, making the best content that you can. And by adopting this mindset, you'll avoid disappointment when things don't go your way, because that is going to happen. Let me know if you've found anything that's made YouTube easier for you. And if you found this video helpful, then you'll probably like this one too. Don't forget to hit the like button if you haven't already. And as always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.